I can't listen to any bad boy music without it triggering me. I cannot hear his voice without it making my stomach hurt. That effing monster. I was a mom in the middle of a divorce, so kind of maintaining house and home first. And then I started dating a bad boy executive through my boyfriend. I met Sean Combs at Daddy's House Studio. It was just a normal, hey, how you doing? Welcome to the fam, welcome to Bad Boy. That was the atmosphere, very fun, very upbeat. At that time, Diddy was the jokester, the prankster, but now, thinking back, Diddy would make remarks that if you have to really think back to it, it's like, ugh, a little weird. Like, hey, don't leave her alone over here. You got a pretty girl. She's a little thing. Now, in hindsight, it's like you're prepping yourself for the kill. And then what happened in 2001 changed my whole life. I got a call from one of the people at Bad Boy Studios. They said, Puff wants to talk to you because your boyfriend's up at work again. There was nothing alarming about Puff wanting to talk to me because we've had a conversation about him screwing up at work prior to this, to get him back on track. This burgundy Escalade pulls up and Puff was sitting in the back. So I jumped in the back and he said, hey, what's up? Do you want something to drink? I said, sure, what you got? And he was drinking something in a red Solo cup, and he gave me a clear glass, like a little cup with some whites in. By the time we got to Daddy's House Studios, I started feeling a little woozy, lightheaded. I kept doing this, trying to feel my face because I kept feeling a little numb. I remember getting out the Escalade. Still, I'm thinking we're gonna go to the studio and my boyfriend's gonna be there. But at this time, we went down the hallway to a door and a lounge that I've never been to. And I remember sitting on the dark couch. Puff was sitting there on the couch with me, and I'm not sure for how long I was sitting there. And I started feeling a lot more fuzzier, and I remember crying. And the next thing I remember was I was slammed on a pool table. I was naked on the pool table, and my hands were tied behind my back. And I kept trying to do this to try to figure out what was tying me. It felt like plastic bags. Puffy was standing by the bar, and he was naked. There was a jar on the bar, and he put on something on his privates that, like, I smell it. It smelled like menthol, and he was slathering it in. So I was still trying to figure out what's going on. And Puffy came up behind me and went straight in my anus to where I ended up throwing up on the pool table and screaming. And I'm not sure if there was anything coming out my voice while I was screaming, but I could feel the burn anally. And I was trying to kick him. I'm short, so my feet wouldn't even touch the ground, and I was trying to kick him, and I was trying to hold on to the table at the same. Went back to the bar, wiped himself off because I'm looking at him like this, still tied, and trying to see everything I possibly can, and trying to focus because it was a big blur. And then he came back and went into me vaginally, and He said something, not sure what he said or if he was even talking to me. And then when I came back to, I was back on the couch. I had stuff all over me, from throwing up, drooling, whatever it was. But this time, I didn't have the ties anymore on my hand.